Here at VFA Learning, we take plagiarism quite seriously. So today I'm going to be talking to you about what plagiarism is, what citations and references are, and how you can use them within your assessment tasks. I'm going to be showing you a couple of tools that you can use to help you with the citations and references. I'm going to show you a very simple way that we as teachers can check for plagiarism and that you as a student can also double check that you're not plagiarizing. So to begin with, within the student handbook, it clearly defines at VFA Learning what plagiarism is and what the consequences here are if you are caught plagiarizing. You would have been given the student handbook at the beginning of your course. However, I just want to add that on the Nursing EDU on Go welcome page, we've also attached it now so you can refer to it quite easily. So what is plagiarism? Plagiarism is basically taking somebody else's work and writing it and copying it as if it's your own work that you now submit as an assessment task. So plagiarism could be copied word for word from another source or another person, or it could be that you take the content and ideas from that other person's work and use the content and ideas as if you've come up with them. So that's why even if you reword somebody else's work, it's still important that you use citations and references. So I'm going to show you a good example of the use of citations and references. So here we've got a reference list. Usually this is what you'll include at the very bottom of your assessment task. You only need one reference page. And what it does is it tells me exactly where you got your information. It tells me the authors, the year, the title of the article, the journal where you obtained it. Okay. Now, within your assessment task, as you answer questions or write paragraphs, you're going to take information from this resource and you're going to reword it in your own words, but you're going to still be taking the content and ideas from this resource. So it's still important to let me know where you got this information. So within your paragraph, you will add citations within your sentences, and that lets me know that the information obtained within this sentence, you got that information from these resources. And if I want more information on these resources and how to find them, then I can refer back to the reference list. You will find as a student that you will have a lot of sentences that will contain citations, and that's okay. So for example, let's say I go to the Stroke Foundation website and there's a great paragraph here on strokes that I want to, and I'm in my assessment task, I need to talk about strokes. So I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. Now, if I were to just leave it as it is, I'd need to add quotation marks around it, and this indicates that word for word I've copied it, and then I will need to include my citations, okay, along with my references. However, we really prefer that you not copy word for word. We prefer that you take the information and you change it into your own words. This shows that you understand the content. So here it's talking about stroke. So I'm going to take the information from this paragraph and write it in my own words. So I've taken the information from the paragraph and I've reworded it, but I still need to cite where I got the information and I still need to include a reference. So I'm going to show you how we go about doing that. Now, by far the easiest way is on a website. There are lots of citation websites out there. The one that I prefer to use though is CiteFast. So it's www.citefast.com. When you're accessing CiteFast, you need to make sure that you're in APA format. That's what, within the nursing program, that's the type of referencing we use. So just make sure that you click that. Then you're going to need to choose your source. Where did you get your information? Did you get it from lecture notes? Did you get it from a magazine or a textbook? So in this case, I got it from a web page. So I'm going to click web page. I'm okay with autofill entry, and it's just asking for the URL. So I go back to my website, copy the URL, and paste. and it comes up right here. So I'm going to click Save Citation, and right there is my reference that I'm going to put at the bottom of my assessment task. And if I want to find out how to write the citation, I just click in text, and I can literally just copy this, if it'll let me, copy, go to my text, and paste. That's my citation, okay? Now with citation CiteFast, it'll slowly build up your references as you use more resources. So let's say that I go to the Australian Bureau of Statistics and I'm researching the national health priorities. Again, I'll copy my URL, go to CiteFast, paste my URL, search. It pops up here, save citation, and you can see my reference list beginning to develop. Later on, you can choose to export that reference list, or you can copy and paste it into your Word document. So let's say that I have a different source. It's a book where I got my information from, a textbook. So I'll click book. Now, this is probably not the best way to search it, so I prefer manual entry. So it asks me to type in the author, the last name, and the first initial. That it's a print. Is it a print, an online source, or an ebook? Am I citing the entire book or a chapter of the book? What year was it published? The chapter title, the book title. I enter in all the information that I can. If I cannot find any information, then that's okay. You just leave it blank. So let's say that it is the Foundations, and I don't have a copy of it in front of me, unfortunately, but it's the Foundations textbook. You would put the actual title of it. The authors are, my last name. The year it was published was 2018, and the chapter title is Strokes. If I can't find the publishing city or the country, that's okay. But again, just check the textbook for it, as well as the publisher editions. And what pages did I get it from? So I received my information from page 88 to page 90. Save citation. And the reference pops up on here. And again, in text citation, I would just copy it. Okay, now within, you see how it says XX for in text citation? It's asking for that particular information within the sentence. I need to put the exact page. I cannot put a range of pages. Okay, all right, so another way that you can develop your references and your citations is within Word itself. So here on the top bars, you will see references. You can click it. Make sure you are within APA style. Click Insert Citation, add new source, and you just need to add whether it was a journal article, a website, and it asks you to actually type in the information. So here I used a website, we'll say. Now the author, I don't know the author of the Stroke Foundation. I could go back and I can look. Oftentimes the author is written at the bottom, but there is no author's name here. It does say copyright 2019, but it also doesn't say when it was written. So all I have to go on is the organization, the title of the web page, and the URL. So that's what I'm going to put in. So name of the web page is the URL, paste, okay. So it's going to give me the citation right wherever I've left my mouse. You guys see that there? So let's say that I obtain some information then from the National Health Priorities area, okay? And I'm just going to take this paragraph and I want to quote it word for word. So I'm going to copy it. And again, we really prefer you to reword it, but I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to put quotations to show it's word for word the same, and now I need my citation. So again, insert citation, add new source. Source is a website. The author, I'm going to check for information on the site. So do I have an author? Scroll to the bottom. I do not see an author. I do know that the website where it originates is the Australian Bureau of Statistics. I know that the title is National Health Priority Areas. And I know that this information, this web page, I can find when it was written, usually by scrolling to the bottom, and it says it was last updated in 2010, March 2010. So I'm going to go here. Author, I'm going to leave blank. Name of the web page is National Health Priorities. Name of website is Australian Bureau of Statistics as well. I click OK. So here it gives me my citation. Now you might be wondering about the references that need to go at the end of my page. So as I develop my citations and I use my resources, once I have finished my assessment task, I can go up here, click bibliography, I click references, and all of the citations I have in my assessment task will be included within the references in perfect format. So that is how this is how you use the citations and references to ensure you're not plagiarizing. Now, in terms of how us instructors can check for plagiarism, if you have just put something like this and submitted this, what I can do is I can actually take this I'll copy a sentence as a teacher, and I will just go to Google. I will type in that sentence, and voila, Google shows me word for word in bold that it's copied from the Stroke Foundation. Now again, if you use citations, references, use quotation marks if you copied it word for word, that's okay. It's not considered plagiarism. However, if you did not include citations or references, it is considered plagiarism, and this will be followed up as per the VFA student handbook. So if you have any questions about that, please feel free to email any of your teachers or speak with them in person.